So therefore, how can you sit here and blame her solely? It doesn't make any sense. As to his RICO claim, plaintiff alleges that he suffered harm in the form of lost income, medical expenses, emotional distress, and reputational harm. However, the complaint is devoid of any allegation as to why plaintiff could not have discovered any of these injuries immediately or after his interactions with Diddy. Plaintiff cannot deny that he has known about the facts underlying each one of his claims since 2016, the year of the last encounter. So she's basically also saying, you want to claim that you've suffered all of this harm, but why weren't you saying that you suffered all of that harm after the events took place? The emotional stress, the medical expenses, why didn't you list all of that in a lawsuit after 2016? Why are you coming out now after the trial? What Cassie and Douglas Wigdall are doing, and the other lawyers of the Wigdall law firm, they're highlighting the timely hypocritical statements that Clayton Howard is making when you could have filed this lawsuit back then, and that would have highlighted more of a genuine, compassionate side for Clayton, that he genuinely feels this because he would have done it straight away back then. But you wanted to do it right now after a trial, which doesn't make any sense. This lawsuit has come out of nowhere. The Cassie response, litigation has come out of nowhere. She's pulling up receipts. She's basically talking about how Diddy would have, a lot of orgies with men. Clayton would have to compete with other men to be picked and chosen. What kind of nonsense is this? What kind of gay Wattpad Avenger story am I reading, where the men had to basically compete to see who had the biggest sword, and they basically had to be with each other? Diddy would then pick which one would win, and that person would basically be used. This is the sick stuff that Diddy is doing, and you've no business but to be suing Cassie, when throughout this she also talks about how statute of limitations is basically run out for him as well, and that he visibly saw her being beaten up and etc. Clayton also talks about an enterprise of how he was trafficked. So therefore, why isn't Cassie part of that enterprise and also a victim of that, is something that she also relays in this. This has come out of nowhere. It is jaw-dropping. It is a bombshell. I'm not going to go through every single specific word of this, but I just think it is absolutely insane. Cassie was in a relationship with Diddy from 2007. The relationship was harmful, characterized by Diddy frequently assaulting Cassie. All defendants collectively systematically exploited plaintiff, with Cassie accomplishing this exploitation by concealing her identity and fabricating the narrative that she and Diddy were married. This is basically what Clayton is assuming, and so she's laying this out right after she dropped that receipt on him. The fact that Alex Fine and Cassie had receipts of Clayton begging them, trying to be friends with them, congratulating them, and then you out here, he's doing all of these rants.